Happy almost Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating. Apparently, one of the most popular things to order the day before Thanksgiving, one of two things, is pizza and Chinese food. So, we are continuing trying to find the best Chinese food in our area. This time we took it to what people would consider a hood spot. We went to a place called Sui Min House, located in Paterson, New Jersey. And the menu is more up my alley, I guess you would say. So I'm excited to try some of this stuff. Drop a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, cringy YouTube call to action. But without further ado, let's get into this video. Some of the things that they offer you may not have seen at Chinese food places, but again, a lot of people may not know this, but I did grow up in an area. I grew up in Passaic, not Paterson, but back in the 90s, they were pretty similar. And a lot of the stuff that they serve reminds me of stuff that I used to eat at childhood Chinese food spots. So you'll see. Anyway, we do have some homemade barbecue sauce, which I thought was really cool. This is the sweet and sour, and a lot of people always suggest the hot chili oil. A lot of places don't sell it as a side unless you order certain stuff, but they do here, so I did get some. But we're going to start off, like we always do, with our customary... Hey, put the egg roll in here. Hold on a sec. I got an egg roll with my combination platter. Now it's chilling over here. The crab rangoon. This is cheese wonton. On the menu, it says no meat, so I'm not expecting any. Dorito shape again, and these look criminally underfilled, like a lot of them have recently, but they do look pretty light and airy. So let's try one first with no sauce. Criminally underfilled. But I will say this. I hope my mic picked this up, but the wrapper is probably the crunchiest or crispiest wrapper that I've had from any place so far. The wrapper is really good. I wish there was more filling in this. Let's try the sweet and sour sauce. I'm so on the fence about these already. I'm going to tell you why. This one I think it's just, again, you can see, just not much filling, but listen. If they weren't stingy with the filling, this would have been like a 9. But I can't really get any filling from here. Look at this. But just based off the fry alone, and the sweet and sour sauce, which is a little thin, but has a good balance of sweet and sour. Some places it's more sweet. And I had one that was kind of sour and no sweet. If they would have filled these again, the cheese on the inside is just cream cheese. There's just not a lot of it. All they had to do was add more cream cheese to this, and I'd have been like, we finally have an elite Dorito-shaped wonton. But even with the fact that it's underfilled, there's still a little bit of like salt on the wrapper that makes these pretty damn good anyway. Man, we're getting close. I knew when we got to spots like this, they would probably be a little bit better. And this is no exception. Even without the filling, I would give these a 7 out of 10. I swear to you. I'm just going to give you one more just for the ASMR. But look at the inside, bro. I do want to try this barbecue sauce, just to try it on this. I don't know what the hell I was going to try this on. Wait a minute. A very popular order, even at the spot I used to go to growing up at, I should say, was to get their chicken wings and fried rice, but douse the wings with this barbecue sauce, like extra barbecue. That would be really good in this. This barbecue sauce is kind of fire. I might keep that. Sweet, not very smoky, but good molasses taste to it too as well. But it doesn't taste like any barbecue sauce that I've had, which is good. Barbecue sauce I give an 8 to. Their most popular things in their menu are their chicken wings. They throw a bunch of different sauces on there, but the most popular one that I saw when I looked at the reviews and stuff were these. Got the honey chicken wings. I like honey wings. I've had it from a couple of different places. These look like the same wings you would get from most of the wing suppliers. A lot of Chinese food places don't use these. This more comes off like you were getting wings from a bar. And that's not really a bad thing. But in New Jersey, especially at most restaurants, they use this brand of wing. It's like this big Mondo wing. You don't get these types of wings from Chinese food places very often. I feel like I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. It feels like I'm eating at a bar. But they do have the same Chinese spice blend that they use from most takeout places on their normal chicken wings. The honey sauce, it's really honey based. It's very sweet. Not much else to it, but as you can tell, they're damn good. I more prefer a sweet and spicy wing, but I'm not mad that I ordered these. They didn't really have one that was like sweet and spicy. Now, chili oil does not go on wings, but you never know these days. Don't do this, FYI. You might want to try that. You might want to try that. Their chili oil is actually really spicy, which is good. Some places don't do that. With the chili oil on there, I'd kick these up to an 8. They aren't the best ones I've had, which still goes to China House, new China House. There's a lot of China Houses in Lodi, New Jersey, but I would put these at the second best. For context, those were a 9. But I'll tear these up. I ain't gonna lie. You can get them plain like I did, 8 and change, and you get, looks like 7 or 8 in an order. 8 in an order. Or you can get it with rice or fries or different stuff, which would kick it up anywhere between $10 to $12. But I just wanted the wings because I wanted to try this as well, which is this. For $6, you can get a giant breaded fried pork chop sandwich. Again, Chinese food spots usually don't do this, but places like this, I'm surprised, to be honest, but because it's in Patterson. Patterson, really, a lot of places don't serve pork because a lot of food there is halal. But this one had a fried pork chop sandwich. So they also do have fried chicken sandwich. But to anybody who eats halal and stuff like that, I would not get it. I'm sure you know that already, but they probably fry it in the same grease, so it's not going to make much of a difference. You got to be careful with stuff like that. I'm sure you knew that, but just in case, you never know. So $6, you get this fat ass pork chop, which is halved. It seems really crispy. Now, there's no sauce on this. I'm going to try the first bite, but you got to put something on this more than likely. This is actually, alone, doesn't taste like anything. The breading is very bland, but it's really crispy, which is one of those things to me. I can work with that because you put something on this. Most people put condiments on their food. Hot sauce, barbecue sauce, whatever. But I'm going to go with a little bit. I'm going to put it right so it doesn't spill over my damn car. Of this barbecue right here. This barbecue hits, so I have a feeling. Oh, yeah. This almost reminds me of chicken katsu. Like, it's a pork chop, but it's not dry at all. Like, and it's really crispy. White bread, like that. Let's try a little bit of the chili oil. Hold on. Gotta shake this up, make sure it gets. Let me be careful. Don't spill this on anything. It'll stain forever. That much I'll tell you. Let me get a little bit of this chili and I shook it up. Got some of that heat on here. Again. Let me tell you, this is one of those things. I get this in an order of fries. It's a meal. It's a fat sandwich. With fries, it's running about $8. I ain't mad at that at all. That's cheaper than a combo meal at a fast food spot. Again, not much flavor to the sandwich, but if you add stuff to it, it's solid. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. But this is one of those things, I'm not joking with you, man. I'll get me some of that hot sauce, something like that. Just rocking. Now we got the customary combination platter. Always get the General Tso's chicken with the egg roll and the pork fried rice. Like a lot of places I've been to recently, you can specify if you want this. They have it all the way up to very spicy to mild to no spice. I got very spicy. Looking and smelling this, it actually smells spicy, which is a good thing. And it looks like it's pretty crispy without touching it, which a lot of these places, it seems kind of bready. This seems not bad. Flimsy fork. Let me make sure I get a lot of sauce in here. This sauce is way more flavorful than any sauce I've had so far. Really has a good blend of sweet and spicy. A little more sweet than spicy, but that's really me just pointing out what it is. I don't mind that at all. Let me just... I want to get one more piece. Is that a damn pea? What is that? Good amount of spice, though. Again, when they say very spicy, I know they're not going to make it a ton spicy, but spicy enough that I know what I'm eating General Tso's chicken. The other thing is, you can probably see, they give me mad chicken. This costs like $12, the combination platter, which, oh, it's in the rice, too. All right, we got the pork fried rice, which... It's going to be hard for me to get any that isn't sitting with that General Tso's spice on it, which I'm not mad at, but it's going to be hard for me to judge it by itself. Finally. Finally! I've been waiting to get pork fried rice that tastes like pork fried rice this entire time. Other places, it's either not fried, or it doesn't have that same flavor that the old school ones used to have. This does, thank goodness. I've been waiting like, what, 8 episodes, 9 episodes? This is 10, this 10th episode. Finally, that's why you gotta go, man. I mean, because you know, they ain't gonna be selling no damn chicken, and no way. Anybody gonna buy this in there? It's fried, it has flavor, pieces of pork in it, got the sauce on it, fat chunks of, The crazy part is, I know once I rate it, people are going to be like, oh, you only gave it this. It just tastes like decent rice. Like, normally I'd be giving these 5s and 6s, but I finally got one that actually tastes like the ones I used to make. So, pardon my excitement. Tearing this up. Last bite. And just for devil's advocate's sake, let's get a broccoli. There's peas and carrots in this one, pork, onions, no bean sprouts. But it's the most solid fried rice I've had so far, and I give that an 8.5. The General Tso's chicken is probably the best one I've had, and I'm also going to give it an 8.8. Again, I've had better in my life, but since we've been doing this, nothing's come close to this. This is just like my most solid one I've had so far, and it's not even close. Will we break our egg roll jinx? We do have some acne on an egg roll. Still chewing the chicken. Got me excited. Hold on. All right. Yep. The perfect way to describe this is this tastes like the food or the egg rolls and the pork fried rice that like used to be all over the place. Unk status. Back in the day, I finally found a place that actually makes it the way they used to make it. I feel like a lot of places started cutting corners, and they didn't. You might be able to tell just by the color and the amount of filling on the inside that it has, like, flavor. The other places just didn't taste like anything. And this finally does. I'm going to go in with this chili oil. This is... Yep. Alright, we go. Rocking. Then, I'm not calling this like elite, but it is like really good, solid takeout. Finally, what I was looking for and what I wanted. Egg roll, 8.7 out of 10. All not quite elite, but in that category of like, I would eat this any day of the week. We got the Singapore made fun. Gotta get Singapore made fun. Get it everywhere I go. This was hard to find on their menu for whatever reason. They had it like in the chow fun part, which is normally they have their own section, but they didn't. But I found it. I just stirred this up. I had to change my battery real quick. But Singapore made fun, noodles, curry powder, all of the proteins. Supposed to be kind of spicy. I got theirs just like they got the other one. I got it extra spicy because that's how I like mine. I'm not quite sure what to think of this yet. There is, like when I asked for it spicy, what it looks like they did was I think they put like either chili flakes or chili oil in this. And I see like a red tint on certain parts of it. They did. There's a little bit of chili oil in this, which I don't mind. You want to make it spicy, that's how you make it spicy. One more bite. This almost tastes like chicken mei fun with chili oil and not like the Singapore. The flavor on this has a concentrated chicken flavor. I had it once before at a place called Fortune China that just doesn't come off as Singapore mei fun. Doesn't mean the noodles are bad. The flavor is good, but I'm not getting much of the curry. Spice level, good, because they've used this chili oil in this. It just doesn't taste like Singapore mei fun. But I do like it. So it's one of those things that has happened one time before at Fortune China, and it's really missing the curry flavor. But they are solid. If I was rating this like Singapore mei fun, I would give it a 4 out of 10 because it doesn't taste like it. But if you told me this was spicy chicken mei fun, I would give this an 8. Love the flavor. I do. Like, I would order this again if I wasn't in the mood for Singapore mei fun and just wanted some solid noodles. What keeps it from being in the 9 category? Personally, the noodles are a little too al dente. Just a little too on the underdone side. Al dente is one of those things when you go for it, because mei fun is like an angel hair, really thin. They're not like undercooked, but the other ones have like the perfect texture, where this is just like a little bit too on the like undercooked side. For anybody saying that I'm nitpicking, it's kind of like what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going against every other mei fun that I had. But even with that, 8 or a 4.5 on mei fun. So you order this and I expect seeing it from mei fun. I don't think you're gonna like, you're like, oh, this is trash. But when I keep an open mind a little bit and say, okay, this is more of what it tastes like, they're good. Like, I would never not eat these. I was also going to point out the fact that there wasn't many shrimp in this, but they're all concentrated on one side. About 4 or 5 pieces of shrimp on this side. They're just shrimp. Now, when I'm ranking these Chinese food places, I do have to make clear, I know I over-explain myself sometimes, and sometimes it still goes over people's heads, but at least I try to do my part. I do understand that certain people have certain dishes that they like from Chinese food places. And you may disagree with something because you like something else and you don't order those types of things. I tried to keep a wide variety of like the basics, along with a couple of things that I prefer, like the Singapore mei fun and the wild card. But it doesn't mean that the place overall is bad. It just means that for what I'm keeping as a uniform test, because there has to be, anytime you're doing some sort of test or experiment, there has to be like a base, basically, or control part where you're doing the same thing at all of those places, which is why I've tried to order it, because it wouldn't be fair if I just said, okay, let me get the best thing from each place. So I do get that it may not have like worked the way that some people may want to see it. Like, I get it. I do the best I can with what I have. And that's kind of what I tried to do. I'm not sure if this is because I said I was going to go to 10 and go from there. I went to 9 and I switched the day to see, because being completely transparent, it's done worse than anything I've posted in the time that I've been doing these 10. Every single time it goes to the bottom of the pile of the last 10 videos that I did. And that just means that, you know, viewers aren't engaging with this type of content more than the other types of stuff, which is why you've seen me veer more towards the chain restaurants, just because that's what the majority of people want to see. This isn't me complaining or anything like that. This is just a part of what being a content creator is. Any person who makes content will make more of the content that people want to see, while trying to switch it up every now and then. So if this happens to be the last episode, if this video doesn't do well, this is not like I know some of you are really enjoying this, and I am too, so I hope it does, but we still at the end of the day have to do what's best for everybody and not just like select people. So if it does, I still want to appreciate the people who watch every video, the people who are here listening to me just yap at the end of videos, as most people say. It's not lost on me that you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You could be anywhere and you decided to listen to me talk about whatever the hell I talk about these things, because none of these videos are scripted. So I do want to say that I appreciate it. If this happens to be the last one, we'll find something else. We'll always continue to try new stuff, and hopefully that does well. But I did want to thank you guys. As far as this place, I would rank this as my third best place now. It just, if it had good Singapore made fun, it might have been at number 1, but the margin has been so razor thin at the top. The top is still New East Walk in Souderbrook, and the next one is the China House. That's China House Plus, because there are so many, in Garfield, New Jersey. Those are my 2 favorite. This is now in 3. If in fact this is the end, when we get to our best series, which we do every year in December, where I highlight the best things in each type of cuisine that we did in the year of 2024, we will have a comprehensive ranking where I will rank all 10 of them, and just explain to you where I was coming from with that. Got something planned for Thanksgiving that you'll see. Of course, got the food stuff coming with my food, but I also have other food. We're kind of doing that. So I'm sorry for talking so damn long. Appreciate y'all for listening. I'll let y'all go. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. Man of hand signs. They made it to YouTube.